Thank you.
Thank you.
The European Union and Armenia opened today negotiations on a new overarching framework for the deepening of our bilateral relations. And we just had with the Minister a very good and intense exchange of views on all of it and more. This will allow us to turn the page on the uncertainties created back in 2013. The work done by Armenia and the European Union negotiators in the past during more than 3 years of hard negotiations will not be lost. That would be our common ground. We will not start from zero. Our negotiations will work on what was built already. We have identified a potential ambitious scope for our future cooperation. The future agreement is meant to replace the current outdated partnership and cooperation agreement and to reset our relations within the wider framework of the reviewed European Neighbourhood Policy and the Eastern Partnership. Our common values and commitment to democracy, human rights, rule of law will be at the basis of the new agreement. This will create favourable conditions for stronger cooperation in sectors such as energy, transport and environment, for new opportunities for both sides, trade and investment, and also for increased mobility to the benefit of our citizens, both in the European Union and in Armenia. The aim for a comprehensive framework agreement covering political, economic and sectorial cooperation and taking into account Armenia's most recent commitments derived from its participation in the Eurasian Economic Union. The precise name of the agreement will have to be defined at a later stage based on the concrete outcome of the negotiations, and without the intention to place speed above substance, still let me say that I hope and I'm sure that the new agreement will be negotiated relatively rapidly and will enter into force rather soon. As our negotiating teams know each other well, I'm sure we will be working very well together. The EU negotiating team will do its utmost to properly fulfill the mandate received from the European Union member states and aimed to conclude with Armenia a modern and ambitious future agreement. And I'm looking forward to that.
Minister, you have the floor.
Dear Federica, dear colleagues, I'm glad to be here in Brussels to launch together negotiations between Armenia and the European Union. The Armenian side has long expressed its readiness to start negotiations with the EU on a framework agreement that would adequately reflect the depth and essence of our partnership. We are glad that the decision of the EU Council to open negotiations on the new legal basis of our relations allows us today to embark on this road. Armenia enjoys close links with the European Union and is determined to further develop and strengthen comprehensive cooperation in all areas of mutual interest, taking into account our commitments within other integration formats. This determination has deeply rooted basis. In the words of the President of Armenia, with its past, culture, current goals and dreams, the Armenian nation is an inseparable part of the European civilization. Indeed, as ancient is the European civilization, so old are the ties of Armenia and the Armenian nation with it. They go back to the depth of centuries, to the times when the enlightened sons of our nation made their contribution to the formation of value system, which today is called the European values. Based on those common values, we are committed to the continuous promotion of human rights and rule of law, consolidation of democratic institutions and improvement of judiciary, good governance, fight against corruption, strengthening the civil society. We are thankful to the European Union for its valuable support in this regard. Constitutional reform in Armenia that the Venice Commission of the Council of Europe characterized as of extremely high quality and in line with the international standards was approved yesterday by the referendum according to preliminary results. It is another important step also aimed at advancing many of those aspirations. The further improvement of the framework for enhanced trade and investment and increased sectoral cooperation are among the priorities of our common agenda. Alongside the deliberations on the legal basis of our relations, the Armenian side has been engaged in negotiations with the relevant bodies of the European Commission regarding our participation in a number of EU programs. We look forward to intensify our effective cooperation in a large number of areas such as education, science, research and innovation, air transportation and others. We attach great importance to people-to-people contacts and view enhanced mobility of our citizens as an important prerequisite for bringing our societies closer. It is almost 2 years now that EU-Armenia visa facilitation and readmission agreements are being implemented. We do believe that it is a high time to move further and launch a dialogue on visa liberalization. Following the successful negotiations of last month, we look forward to signing in coming days the agreements on Armenia's participation in a number of EU programs, such as Horizon 2020 and the Program of Competitiveness of Small and Medium Enterprises. In the area of transport, the government of Armenia has expressed its readiness to conclude a common aviation agreement following the liberalization of the aviation market through the Open Skies policy. Armenia well recognizes the importance of inclusive cooperation in different formats. We have been long advocating for adoption of a more visionary approach in utilizing the vast opportunities provided by integration frameworks and making best use of their advantages in a spirit of cooperation and partnership. I believe we are opening today a new promising page in the Armenia-EU mutually beneficial relations. Many of those from both sides will shoulder the challenging task of the negotiation process, are not newcomers, and have generated wide experience in the past. I believe that their knowledge and determination will serve to the purpose. I wish all the success to our joint endeavor, and I am confident that we will continue to proceed in the right direction. I congratulate all of us on this occasion and wish productive deliberations. Thank you.
That was the good news of the day. We have to introduce one from time to time.
Sorry.